Well, hello, boys and girls, ladies and gents, and members of the Big Red Food Army. It's your boy, Big Red. Happy New Year. Welcome to the New Year's edition of the Ghetto Gourmet. And you're going to say, well, Big Red, what you going to make for New Year's? I say, I'm going to make some pork chops, and I'm going to make some smothered cabbage, and I'm going to make some black-eyed peas with some rice. You know, they say the peas are for the luck and the cabbage is for the money. I better eat as much of that shit as I can. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? One of the few times I get my big pot out. And we're gonna put that fucker on a little burner there. We're gonna get the old chop block out. Because we are going to do some chopping. We already got our measuring cup out. That's only not because I measure, but because I need to pour water into there. You know, if you've been watching this, you know Big Red don't measure crap. All right, so let's get the. We got some diced ham. We got some smoked sausage, and we always get the turkey sausage because it don't grease up your water and your foods. Oh, come on out of here, you big fat bastard. And let's see, we got an onion, a regular onion, and we got 2 heads of cabbage. Get the old, that's not a knife, this is a knife. Alright, let's spin the chop block around because I like the handle on this side. Put him on the side there for a minute. Alright, let's take care of him. And you're going to be like, well, why you got 2 heads of cabbage? It's only you and your boy. Well, if you ever cook cabbage, you know that it cooks down very much. I mean, that'll reduce down to hardly anything. I barely won't be able to fit this in a pot. Well, I bought 2 small heads, so maybe. And then, before it's over, it'll only be a half a pot of stuff. Or less, actually. All right, let's take off these outer leaves. You never want the 2 outer leaves. Well, that one pretty much is it there. Get that off to the side. Take that off to the side. All right. Can I get that other leaf off? We'll leave it on there. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to chop this end off. Big Red needs some better knives. All right, we're going to use this part though. That part's still good. I'm going to cut that end off. I'm going to set him off to the side so he's out the way. We're just going to cut this big old sucker right down the cut him like that. And we're just gonna start cutting them into manageable size pieces there. And once you get them into manageable pieces, you're just gonna undo all its wrinkles and folds and all its shenanigans, and everybody goes in the pot. Whoops. Except for the ones that hit the floor, of course. Well, you know what? 30-second rule and my kitchen floor is clean. Yeah, 30-second rule. Yeah. It's the 2-minute rule. And then, like I say, just keep breaking that up, throwing it in the pot. So what do you guys have for New Year's? I would like to make a big old ham, but it's only me and my boy, so, you know, ain't no way we're going to be able to eat no big ass ham. And I was up at 7 o'clock this morning. Right now it's 10 o'clock. I'll get this started and it'll be ready for lunchtime. I just want to wish y'all a happy new year. Hopefully y'all's 2018 is better than your 2017. And Lord knows I hope mine is too. Like I said, all I'm going to be doing is chopping up these 2 big old cabbages. And separating the leaves out. It's very tedious, very boring. So maybe I'll tell y'all a story. Or ask y'all's opinion. What do y'all feel about fireworks? Me and my son had this discussion last night. When I was a kid, I used to like them. I like to pop them off, shoot them off, or whatever you want to call them. But that's when my grandparents were spending the money, you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm older and realize that, let's cut this, I didn't get all of that stem out, so let's do that. So now that I'm older and I realize the value of $1, I think shooting fireworks is a giant waste of money. Because if you think about it, you're just burning it up. And then my son's argument was, well, Dad, it's a form of entertainment. And I was like, well, let's hear your take on its entertainment. So he says, well, and I say, he's like, well, why do you think it's why do you think it's a waste of money? I was like, because you pay all that money for it and you light it on fire. And his retort was, well, when you, and I said, I said, you don't have nothing to show for it after it's all said and done. And he said, well, Dad, if you go to a movie theater and watch a movie, it's entertainment, right? And I was like, well, yeah. He's like, well, you don't get to take nothing home with you. And I was like, well, you make a valid point there, son. But when I go to a movie, I look at it as doing research. You know, I could eventually turn this channel into start doing movie reviews. How would y'all like that? Movie reviews. Or, you know, people always buy DVDs and stuff like that. So it's like, you go to the movie, you like this, you see if you like it, and then if you like it, you buy the DVD. And then you can watch it as long as you have a DVD player or a house to live in and a TV to watch it on. So that was my retort to that. So what are y'all's feelings on fireworks? Is it a waste of time, waste of money? I mean, I like going to see, like when different, like if your city has a firework display, I like going to watch that. Why? Because most of the time it's free. Let me know down in the comment section, what do y'all think? And I remember being a kid, and they had, I should say. Okay, now that I got damn near half a pot filled, let's go ahead and turn this on and get some water in there. That way that'll start cooking down. You don't want too much water because cabbage is mostly water itself. I mean, that's why it cooks down. So you want about 2.5 cups of water. Maybe 3 cups of water. And once that starts boiling, I'm going to lower it down to simmer. But I remember, back to my fireworks story when I was younger, I remember they used to have these little things, they had firecrackers in them, but they did stuff. Like, it was this little bitty tank. It was no longer than like 2.5, 3 inches. And you'd light it, the fuse in the back, and it would start rolling forward. And it was a timed explosion or a time set off kind of thing, where, you know, it would start shooting out the turret gun of the cannon, which was kind of cool. So yeah, I remember those, and that was pretty cool. And then we used to have, when we were kids, like when I say kids, we were, you know, probably 10, 11, 12, we'd have Roman candle wars. With almost like these kids these days have paint gun wars and stuff like that. Which we had those when I was about 15 or 16. That's when they started coming out and becoming popular. Let's see. This ain't nothing but the stem. So we get what we can off of it. Yeah, that's all the stem. So let's See what we can get off of this. And that's, I could get some more of this. All right. But yeah, we'd have Roman candle wars. We'd pick teams, like we were playing chase or we were playing football or basketball. We'd pick teams. And then all of a sudden, we'd get a couple Roman candles, start shooting them at each other. Why not, right? You know, we survived. We survived the 70s and 80s. So, I mean, hey. All right, let's get some onion in there while we... Because like I said, this is going to take a little minute. Oh, this knife is getting dull. I need to get a new knife. Ain't got money for that. I gotta still get a new car. Or new-ish car. Yeah, my old car is still dead. Alright, let's... Alright, that peeled pretty well. I'm just gonna rough chop this onion. It ain't gotta be perfect, it ain't gotta be pretty. And my britches keep coming down. Alright, so let's just rough chop this onion together. Stand back up, Mr. Onion. I want to hear that water starting to boil. So we're gonna have to lower this down to like a medium. So yeah, what are some of y'all's fireworks stories, New Year's Eve stories? I mean, I used to go out on New Year's Eve. Nowadays, it's like, my grandpa was right. He goes, and my grandpa used to drink a lot. He used to love his Budweiser beer and his Dixie beer. But anyway, he would be like, I'd be like, Papa, why are you not going out to drink this holiday? He goes, no, son. No, it's not. I was like, yeah, it's a party holiday, you know, go out and drink. When I was a teenager, yeah, I was down with the project, go out and drink. He goes, son, let me tell you something about the 4th of July and New Year's. Those are amateur drinker holidays. It's like, how so? He goes, people that normally don't go out and drink, go out and drink. And that's when you start having these accidents. Because these people don't know their limits. Don't know their... Let's break some of this onion up. You know, it'll break itself up eventually, but let's kind of help it out. So you say, yeah, that's when the amateur drinkers come out, you know, because they don't know their limits and they just like to go out and they want to go party and have a good time, and that good time turns into a accident, kills a family of 4. And then I started thinking about it, you know, a lot of accidents do happen around the holidays because of that, like Christmas and New Year's and 4th of July, all those drinkers' holidays, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily that the holiday is meant as a drinking holiday per se, but because that's when most people go out and they celebrate and they with their family and friends and they want to just have a good time and cut loose a little bit, you know? So let's go ahead and add this here ham. And it's got a little zip tie on it, but we're going to use this whole bit, so we don't need no reseal. And here's where, if I would have made a ham for Christmas, I would have used the ham bone and the leftover ham in this, but I didn't make a ham for Christmas because I didn't have my son for Christmas, so I bought some cubed ham. Probably could have did with 2 bags of cubed ham, but one's good enough. So let's kind of mix that in there, get that into the mix. Let's go ahead and get this sausage cut up before we get that last little cabbage head in there. Now to give that a chance to start cooking down, let's raise this up a little bit to medium high. We're just going to cut these into little bite-sized rings. You know what I wish they would do? I mean, this brand of sausage, I mean, I love Hillshire Farm sausage. But instead of bending the sausage like that, which I mean, it's not terrible, and I know they do it for shelf space, just make 2 shorter lengths and put them in a package side by side. Because sometimes you get those odd shaped little ringlets here because when you get into the bin, you know. All right, let's everybody go to this party. Let them. Go ahead, everybody in the pool. It's like a big pool party. Right like today. Last week it was in the 70s. This week it's in the 20s today. Crazy weather here in Houston. When I first moved here, they said if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. All right, we're gonna try to get that into the mix here. Get some of that down there. And now's a good time to start adding your seasoning because you got half the pot filled. And the only thing I put in my beans, I mean not my beans, I'm so used to cooking beans. The only thing I want to put in here is little cracked black pepper. And again, this will get more seasonings in it after, because once it cooks down, you got to taste it and see. Then you want some crushed black pepper, some just ground black pepper. The big black, the cracked black pepper is just for looks, where you can see that you have pepper in it. And then you put a little bit of regular ground black pepper. A little bit of garlic powder. Not a whole heck of a lot. And since we only got 1 onion in it, we're going to put a little bit of onion powder. That's pretty much it. And then you're going to do it by taste. Go ahead and get some of that stirred down to the bottom there. And again, nothing's really actually stirring. It's still big chunks. I might have to put another cup of water in there. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that started. Let's get a cup of water in there. Maybe let's start with a half a cup. You know what? Big Red never follows the rules, so we're going to go ahead and add a whole cup. And now let's get started on this here, and that'll help the seasoning get down into the bottom of it. Cut that off. And we're going to go ahead and gotcha, sucker. And we just repeat the process with this cabbage here. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what y'all think of fireworks. What did y'all do for New Year's? Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. I mean, do y'all make them? They say most people make a New Year's resolution, and within 2 weeks, they done broke their resolution. So, I mean, what's the point? Let's go ahead and make it easier on me here. Just do that as a chop. So yeah, when I was younger, I used to make New Year's resolutions. Oh, let's make more money this year, or let's try not to curse as fucking much, you know. But let's try, when I gained a little weight, let's try to lose some weight, you know. But you know what? I'm over it. And I had a good friend of mine, really good friend of mine, just text me this morning. I texted her last night and, you know, wished her Happy New Year's and XOXO, you know. Well, I mean, she has a friend, but she's an ex-girlfriend. And we're still friendly. And she was like, yeah. Well, her text, she texted back and she said, well, thank God it's over. Why does everybody say thank God the year that just ended is over? And it's every year. You know, it's like people say, oh, thank God that year's over. Why? Is life dramatically changed the very next year? I mean, mine's been a big pile of crap for the last, since I've been on disability, really. You know, live in constant pain. I probably make only about 1/5 of the amount of money I used to make being on disability. You know, at first, when I first went on disability, I was like, man, this is going to be like a paid vacation. You know, I get to stay at home. I get to watch TV and see what I missed during the daytime. Let me tell you, you don't miss nothing during the daytime, people. You really don't. Not on daytime TV. It all sucks. So yeah, and for the first, and I'll be honest with you, for the first, and I was still married for the first year that I went on disability. You know, so for the first year, or almost first year, it was a blessing because I got to stay at home. I was able to go pick up my son from school, and I wasn't in half as much pain as I am now. I used to go pick up my son from school, and I was able to go to his school functions and I mean, life was good. The only problem was the ex-wife, she used to never work. And she had to go to work because we had this big, beautiful home that she wanted, she had to have. And it was a 3,600 square foot house for just 3 people. I mean, it was huge. But she wanted it, and I was making just myself. I mean, granted, this wasn't my base salary. This was with overtime and everything. I was making close to $100K a year. And I was like, baby, that's what you want? Let's get it. And she would work seasonal jobs, you know, because she was bored or what have you. But once I went on disability, I was like, well, you gotta keep working, and you gotta work full time, and there can't be none of this. Oh, so and so don't like me, so I'm gonna quit, or the boss don't like me, so I'm gonna quit. There's no more of that for you in your future. So I think that's one of the reasons why she wanted to bounce, because she told me, she said, if I gotta work full time, what do I need you for? Which I'm like, that's pretty shallow. Anyway. Now she's remarried, and guess what? She's still got to work full time. So, you know, hey, that karma bus is a bitch, and when it comes for you, it comes full circle, you know. So she might have left, but at least I got to see the true colors. I mean, I can't complain too much because, you know, since I haven't had a car, she's been, you know, still letting me see my son and helping me out. Like, I'll get somebody to go pick him up, and she'll come and pick him up after, you know, my time is up. Or actually before my time is up, because I can't get him to school on Monday mornings. So she'll come and pick him up Sunday evening. So I guess I can't complain. She's kind of calmed down somewhat, you know what I'm saying? But at first, she was hateful and very mean toward me during this divorce. Oh, get out the beard there, boy. All right, we're barely going to make it. 2 small heads or 2 medium-sized heads of cabbage barely fits in this pot. And you're going to see it overflowing here shortly. And you're going to be like, well, Big Red, I ain't going to fit all of that in there. You know, I don't know if you can see. I mean, you can see some of it sticking up right there. Once I put this lid down and it starts cooking real good, it will be hardly anything in here. My britches keep sliding down. I wonder if I lost some weight. I don't know. So again, down at the bottom, tell me what you think about fireworks. Tell me what you think about New Year's resolutions and this, that, and the other. And what are your plans for the new year? My plans are to hopefully have this channel grow. And, you know, I mean, it's been growing steadily, but it's been growing very, very slow. So I'm going to try to branch out and do a few different things, you know, maybe do some movie reviews. And I'll still do my cooking, and I'll still do my fast food reviews and all of that. But, you know, hopefully get a couple more viewers in here. And yesterday, as a matter of fact, one of my viewers was like, yeah, Mr. Red, yeah, I'm going to send you my phone number. Could you give me a call? So I gave him a call. We had a nice conversation. He's around my age, a little bit older. Nice gentleman. Shout out to you, Mr. Molina, OG. And a good New Year's. My son, he's still sleeping. And what's funny is, he's still sleeping now, but this has been the earliest he's been to bed since this holiday, this school holiday thing. He went to bed around 1:30, and he's still sleeping. Usually he don't go to bed till about 2, maybe 3, because he's up there playing them video games and stuff, you know. But yeah, he went to bed. He and I went to bed around the same time. Actually, I took a little siesta. I fell asleep around 5:30. And then I woke up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I stayed up till 1 o'clock with him. And yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this. I got something in the old bird nest. What we're gonna do is we're gonna and my subscriber, Mr. Molina, he was shocked that I actually called him. He was like, "Man, I can't believe you actually called me." I was like, "Man, I'm not too big to. Well, I am big, but you know, I'm not too big to take a minute to send somebody a comment or send somebody an email, or you know, if you want to have a conversation and you act right in the comments, you know, maybe I'll give you a call." So let's see, we can put this up. We're gonna put a little garlic powder across the top. We can put that away. And a little bit of onion powder, just to compensate for the fact that I only bought one onion. You can go ahead and put that away. I want to put a little pinch of salt. Not too much, just enough. And then to top it all off, because I'm Cajun, I'm going to put a little bit of Sacharees on top. And again, we might have to add a little more seasoning as we go along. We could get rid of this here chop block. I got to do these dishes from last night. I feel so bad, but I was tired, and I was like, you know what? I ain't doing it. So now we're going to take about another half a cup of water just to wash that seasoning down. To where it'll all go down and everybody gets to the party. Maybe another half cup because I still got a lot of seasoning up there. Alright, and we might need more water later on. So let me bring y'all over here so y'all can see that. And like I was saying, that's a whole pot. I mean, it's filled to the top. I mean, here's the top, and here's that. Now, once it finishes cooking, you'll see how much it cooks down. I mean, it cooks down a lot. So we're just going to go ahead and cover that and let it just do its magic. Let it do its thing. Now, we're going to need another pot. Let's see here. And y'all know I like the Trappy's Red Devil sauce, right? So it would only be natural that we like the Trappy's Black Eyed Peas. And I like the Trappy's Jalapenos. Let me go ahead and open these up. Old can opener is acting kooky. Come on. We'll just unplug it. It's got some gook on it. And the little switch is stuck down, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Alright, so we got 2 cans of these here beans. I'm going to go ahead and throw these in a pot and put them on the back burner. Alright. Alright, so we're going to put that on low. Rear. We're going to put it on high to get it heated up first. Let the pot get hot. I'm going to just go ahead and pour them beans in there, liquid and all. And this here comes with flavored bacon slabs. So it's got You can see, I don't know if you can focus on that flavored bacon slab, so I don't have to add no meat to that. Trappies. If you ever get to see this, Carbon Boy. Love me some Trappies products. I like their stewed okra. And what's funny is, and look, here we go. Trappies Red Devil. Hell, this episode should have been sponsored by Trappies for all I care. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for good luck for the new year, right? 7 dashes of that. And then we're just going to add a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of saccharies. A little bit of garlic, not too much. A little bit of onion. And a little crack. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get us a spoon and give that a stir. Put this old Trappies Red Devil on. And here we go. Trappies jalapenos. Brand new can. And we're just going to go ahead and put a couple of these in for flavor. Not a whole lot, probably about a dozen or so, half a dozen. And then a little bit of that vinegar juice. And that's about it. That's all we're going to put in there. Go ahead and give that a stir. If I had some more fresh onions, I would have cut some onions up and put that in there. But you know what? That is plenty. So now that's nice and hot. We're going to put that on the low. Cover it and let it do its magic. That's doing its magic. I could see it all steamed up over the top. And all I got to do now is go ahead and get that rice ready. I'm not going to make the rice until a few minutes before we're ready to eat. You know what? I got a new bag of rice here. I don't have. So anyway, look at the difference in these rices here. Okay, so we got, this is the store brand. This is the Kroger brand. And it's enriched long grain rice, white rice. And then we got enriched parboiled long grain rice from Zatarain's, which is a New Orleans staple. And this was sent to me by a dear friend of mine, T. I'm not going to say her whole name, but my friend T that lives in New Orleans, she sent me this. But look at the difference in the color of the rice. See, this is regular white rice. This is parboiled. So they kind of semi-boiled it, or you know, kind of whatever, you know. I don't know how to explain parboiling, but y'all could look it up. In this day and age on the internet, yeah, you got Google. So let's go ahead and shake that down. And we're going to use this here New Orleans rice because I wish I was in New Orleans right now instead of Texas. There's 2 more things that I got to add to these, and I'll add it when I put whatever I'm putting in this here rice. Let's see. And it is... It's just like everything else, 2 to 1. So let's go ahead and make 1 cup of dry rice. I just had to make sure that being parboiled, it wasn't something crazy different, you know? Stand to put a little bit more. A little extra rice ain't hurt nobody. Alright, so we got our rice. It's a little over a cup. It's about a cup and a third, cup and a fourth. I'll go ahead and pour that down there. And then we're going to need the yield. I noticed the yield on this is a little different. We're going to have 2 cups of water. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our stuff in here. Let's see. Where are you? Are you on this side? No, that's the parsley side. So we got to do a little switcheroo, get the garlic out. Go ahead and get the bay leaves out. Go ahead and 1. These are some big bay leaves. 2, 3, and then see if I can't find a small one. Here's a small one. Let's go for this medium in here. There we go. Here's a medium. He wants to join the party. He jumped all the way up front. Put 4 bay leaves in there. You know what? I ain't afraid. We're going to put a little parsley in there for color. With dry parsley. Side, and then you go up in the hole here, and then we're going to put a little saccharies, dust the top with some saccharies, and then we'll alright, so we can put that away, throw this away. See if we got a clip on the rice. Now we got a rubber band now, that's just as good. Seal this up so no bugs get in it. You don't want no bugs up in your rice, that's for sure. Not this good New Orleans rice, that's for sure. Oh, listen to them. They're firing off some more fireworks. They must have woke up. The natives are restless. Put our rice back. Now, the one thing that I did forget, is I forgot to put some butter. You're going to be like, Big Rebel, we never see you use butter. We see you use margarine. That's because somebody gave me this. They bought the wrong brand, and they like, well, hey, you can have this. I'm like, okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll put it to use. go ahead and get that knife again. One, two for you. I'll put one for you. Two for you. And this is like about 3/4 of a stick, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some more in there, obviously, for this here big old pot of cabbage. You like your cabbage real buttery. So it's smelling good already, and it started cooking down somewhat. You might have to turn that fire up a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and get this in here, and while we go ahead and crank that back up to high, get another thing of butter out. Before it's said and done, we're probably gonna have a whole stick of butter in there, or close to it. I like on butter how to tell you where the tablespoon mark is. Like, cut that much for a tablespoon. But the problem is, it's all nice and well, but when you peel this, unless you cut through the paper, then you're pretty screwed, because you can't really see it otherwise, because it's on top of it. And again, we may have to add some more butter in here. I don't know. It already started cooking down some. So we'll just leave this knife out in case. For some reason it slid to the edge here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put him in the middle. And wrap him up like a Christmas Day present here. Twist it like a J. Alright, the old pork chops are only going to take like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to cook. So we're going to cook them right before we're ready to eat. So this is just going to simmer for the rest of the afternoon until it's time to eat. So, with that being said, you see me prepare the rice, and again, that's only going to take about 15-20 minutes to do. So we'll do that while we're doing our pork chops. And this is just going to simmer. This is going to cook down. There you have it. I'll see y'all back when it's time to fry them pork chops. And while you're at it, have a great day for the New Year's. Alright, well, we back, and it's been, let's see, 11 o'clock's when I finished all of that. 11, 12, 1, 2. It's been 3 hours, but with the magic of the internet, right here, you know what I'm saying? Let's give this a little, lower this down, because that's nice and steamy and bubbly. Let's give it a little stir. Cap that back up. Let's go ahead and give this a little stir. I'm going to cook the rest with the lid off, so some of that juice will come out. Let's go ahead and put some water in this here.
shouldn't have put that water in the rice before, because the rice unfortunately soaked it all up instead of just... Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and bring that to a boil while we check on these pork chops here. Let me get the pan. Alright, we got our pan. Why are you even smoking? From all the shit that's on it. Let's get some let's go ahead and turn this front pan on here. So we got these chops we got them thawed out, we got them unwrapped. Bring these chops over here so you can see me go ahead and... Alright, we got some sea salt. Cracked black pepper. A little bit of ground pepper. A little bit of cumin. That's pretty much it. And we're going to go ahead and get some butter out. We'll use butter instead of oil or Pam spray. That should be enough butter. You definitely don't want to scorch your pan with the butter in it, so you want to go ahead and get your butter nice and melted. Go ahead and cut one more. That should be plenty enough butter. Wrap that back up. Go ahead and get these chops down. These are some nice center cut pork chops. They're about a 1/2 inch thick. And we're just going to season this other side up with the same stuff we did the other side. We're going to go down with, we'll do a sea salt. Almost out of that sea salt. I think I got another one. A little bit of cracked black pepper. God damn it! Son! I need your help. Get in here. Before the cat does. Now.
I'm coming. Yeah.
Pick that up, and pick all these little black seeds up. She can't have that. It freaking just broke right in the middle of my fucking hand. I put it down and it freaking... You might want to get the broom and sweep these. There's less in the carpet than there is on the floor.
I know.
And if these come...
They're harder to get. These I can just sweep with my freaking hand and just boom, boom, one big pile. Not that hard.
Here, toss that away. Toss this away, because I don't know how to even fix it or save it. It just freaking cracked right in half. Need to get a new pepper cracker now. Great. Way to start the fucking new year, right? As if my life, as if I don't have enough shit in my life that don't fucking work right. Now I gotta buy a fucking new pepper cracker. Got a fucking computer that's about to die. Internet that don't work worth a flying fuck. Yeah, I'm going to put her food and water bowl up here. Son,
What?
instead of doing that, just get the dustpan and the broom and do it. This takes forever doing what you're doing.
No, exactly. You ain't here. Take even more long to just try to go around.
Okay, whatever, son. Timer, 15 minutes. Start.
What's that? You said stick it and you pick those things up and just throw them away.
I mean, what am I going to do with a broken thing? I mean...
I don't know. I'm busy getting these up. And then the floor's kind of dirty a little bit, so why not just get the one? chili. You're gonna throw it at the pile.
Okay, thanks. What part of the thing don't you eat?
It's part of it. I didn't go through the can.
Yeah, you moved it 2 inches, and it was still in the way. Mop this forward. Okay, come on. All right, done.
There.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Alright, so y'all see how my freaking New Year's has started? Wonderful.
Oh, Jesus Christ, with 2 fucking crutches.
Give those a stir. Give this a stir.
After lunch, you can do the dishes. I did a load. All you got to do is undo the dishwasher. You hear me? While we're waiting, let's get the plates out.
Hopefully y'all's New Year's is going better than mine because this is terrible. My black pepper cracker has cracked. And I think up here, maybe I've cracked. I don't know.
So pretty soon, y'all gonna see I'm gonna supposedly get a newer stove because I renewed my lease for another 18 months and nothing has been upgraded in the old apartment since I've been in here. Well, I take that back. They upgraded my ceiling fan in my bedroom because it broke. The one that was in here just quit working. And then they upgraded my window blinds. But again, when I leave, I can't take that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, this apartment's run down. It's been run down since I moved in. But I had to move in. They didn't even, usually when you move into an apartment, they put new carpets in or whatever. They didn't even do that to this one. For one, they cheap. And for two, I had to move in here so quick because my house sold. And they wanted to redo the carpets, but I said, hey, look, just shampoo them. I don't care. I didn't plan on being here that long. But unfortunately, 1 year turned into, because I was hoping that I would have gotten my back surgery, went back to work, and then was able to get a house again, or at least rent in a nicer area. But prices around here have gone up through the roof. And I can't afford a nicer place. I'm still on disability. And, 2012, I think I moved in here. So, 6 years later, I'm still here. So the lady said, when you renew your lease, we'll at least get you a new stove. Wonderful. I can't take it with me, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes next week I should be getting a new stove. Lower this back down, lower that back down. Let's go ahead and give this a stir. Go ahead and give this a stir. Let's go ahead and cook it with the pot lid where some of the steam could actually come out of here. Do a little flippy flip on these chops. I put the chops on a little too soon. But it'll all work out. About 4 minutes and that rice should be done. I don't know, I might have screwed up that rice when I put that water in, because usually with regular rice I could put the water in and it'll sit all the time and it don't absorb it. But that poor-boiled rice, obviously it soaks it up. Because it's been partially boiled or steamed before. That's why it was that orangey color, remember in the beginning of the video? So let's go ahead and lower this down and just let that residual heat keep these chops warm. Got about 4 minutes. And then we'll plate up and get down to business. Let's leave that on warm. Let's raise that up a little bit. Raise that up to medium. So, again, I hope y'all's New Year's is going better than mine, because obviously you saw the freaking shenanigans. Was going to be a non-cursing video, but, shit happens, right? about 2.5 minutes. Theoretically, we could start plating up. All we need to do is wait for this rice. Go ahead and put that back there. Put that back there. Let's go ahead and as soon as that stops sizzling, since the heat is off on it, we're going to plate up. And by that time, we got about 2 minutes left. Go ahead and take this lid off. Go ahead and take this lid off. Let some of that liquid evaporate. Let's go ahead and crank that up a little bit. Let's get it to another boil. Let's go ahead and raise that up a little bit. Cook off some of that extra liquid. Pork chops are a nice golden brown, golden yellowish. I'm gonna bring y'all in to see how much this is cooked off, because remember, it was over the tippy top when I first did it. Look how low it is. See? And it's a lot of liquid. I probably could have did without putting some of that water, but in the beginning, I needed to put that much water just to get it cooking and whatnots. And well, that's what happens. Let's go ahead and let's ditch this spoon. Let's get the slutted spoon. We got a slotted spoon in here somewhere. There's another regular spoon. Okay, so here's a whole spoon. It's still going to hold a lot of liquid, so. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's fluff that rice. Take these bay leaves out. I don't even remember how many I put in here, but there's a couple. Put this front on real quick. Get a little bit more of that rice. It's got a little extra water in it. It's another bay leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I put 5. Maybe not. rice nice and fluffed. Turn that off. It's a little hot. Make a little better rice. Off. Everything is off. Let's go ahead and get some of these beans. All right, son. So let me go ahead and pause this and show y'all what we got. There you go. Some black-eyed peas with jalapenos and rice. Some smothered cabbage with onions and sausage and ham, and some golden pork chops, and there we go. Open that and throw these bay leaves out.
Eating parts of trees.
All right, so let's flip this back around and let's go have some lunch, guys. All right, so y'all seen what we got. So just walk with me to the coffee table as we sit down and eat. Be careful because that cabbage has a lot of juice.
Yes,
That
I know.
ain't nothing you can do about it. I strained it but it holds the juice. It holds the juice. Juice. All right, so if you can hit that light. Well, I meant the light in there. I could turn this light. So. That's what we having for New Year's lunch. And let's see how it tastes. Well, I know it's going to taste good because Big Red cooked it, right? You know that. I know that. Let's just dig in and see for ourselves. Pork chop looks nice and done. No pink. You good? Eating all these beans and rice with this cabbage. Later tonight, I could play turtle with myself. Do I know how to play turtle? Son, you know about turtle?
No.
You never heard about playing turtle?
No.
You want to play tonight?
I don't think so.
It's where you get under the covers with your head and everything, and you fart. And the first person that sticks their head out loses, and they're the turtle. You've never played turtle?
No, and I don't think I want to.
We could play. We'll sit right here on this living room floor and
Ain't
get two big old blankets and overlap them.
You know, you and
Poop!
you and the cat can do that. Watch it like a normal civilized person up on the couch and watch TV.
God, y'all want to get a bite of this? Here, let me bring it in close. Let you get some of that smothered cabbage. Oh, yeah. Cabbage is good. You know what else is good with cabbage? Like you can make cabbage just same way as I did this, but put a little less cabbage. Or you could put the same amount of cabbage and put potatoes in it, like little chunks of potatoes. That's another good way to have your cabbage.
You would probably cut down on the juice.
No?
Potatoes would probably absorb some of it.
No. Only way to cut back on the juice is either drain it or put less water in it. But I put 4 cups of water in there, but I bet you I'll get more than 4 cups of water out of it, because cabbage is nothing but water. Speaking of water, did y'all know the human body is made up of over 89% water, or is it more than that?
I thought it was 79.
No, I thought it was like in the 80s, maybe a little more. But anyway, if the body's made up of that much water, I figured out I'm not fat. I'm overhydrated. Take that to the bank. So, anyway, you've seen us eat a few bites. Well, you've seen me eat a few bites. He's off camera. He's off to the side. This is our New Year's lunch. He's going to visit his mama later on. I guess we're going to have a New Year's dinner. Then he's coming back home over here, and we'll play some more video games or whatever we're going to do. But we're going to let you go. Over here, we got a subscription button. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Next to that's a notification bell. Over here, thumbs up, thumbs down. Bop, bop, bop. Hit us with one. It doesn't matter which. Just lets us know you're watching. Whether you one of them haters that just constantly mash that down button, or if you're one of the loyal subscribers that likes it and hits us with the thumbs up, because we like these better. And then, down below, you have a description box with a description of this video with links to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to this channel's homepage where you can find all the older content separated by series such as this one, the Ghetto Gourmet, the Fast Food Fat Man, Gas Station Grubbin', Words from a Twisted Mind, you know, on and on and on. You know, I separate everything. And there's a link to my friend's t-shirt website where you can purchase Big Red Show t-shirts. And that helps a brother out. There's also a link to my PayPal my PayPal account. That if you want to sponsor a show, you want me to cook a certain thing, you're welcome to donate to the channel. Know that you don't have to, but if you do, it's very much appreciated. There's also that comment section down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all did for New Year's. I hope y'all's New Year's is going better than mine. So far, mine's actually been good, except for my pepper cracker cracking. And the internet acting like an ass. But, all in all, I'm still breathing. I hope you're still breathing. If not, you wouldn't be watching the video, right? It's Big Red for another Ghetto Gourmet. I'll see you guys next time in the kitchen. May all your cooking be ghetto fabulous. I'm out.